The International Chaplains Commission of the Church of God presents the Community Service Chaplains Program. Every day we see them in the headlines. People whose lives are torn apart by tragedy, crime, sickness, and death. Hurting people who often feel abandoned and hopeless. Yet every day, in hundreds of settings around the world, Church of God Community Service Chaplains serve as links to reconnect the church and its message of hope to a hurting society. Pastor Jake Popejoy is a volunteer FBI chaplain who was asked to minister at the crash of TWA Flight 800 off Long Island.
There I worked for 8 days among the agents and the rescuers that were extracting the bodies and evidence and debris from the ocean floor.
Reverend Don Newsom has been ministering to prison inmates for more than 12 years.
Probably up and above 10,000, with many hundred saved.
Pastor Gerald McGinnis is a volunteer chaplain with several agencies, including the Knoxville Police, the National Park Service, the ATF, and the FBI.
I have an office at the FBI building in Knoxville. I go in 1 day a week and work 4 hours on site and do counseling for all employees there.
Carol Johnson is a certified and endorsed jail and prison chaplain.
I am so grateful to Dr. Crick and to his staff because they have been wonderful in showing me things. I've learned so much that I can take back now and go back to my inmates with.
These are some of the hundreds of endorsed Church of God Community Service chaplains who realize that ministry must go beyond the local church and into the community, reaching places left untouched in the past, such as the thousands of seamen who enter the ports in the Philippines.
And right now, weekly, they are visiting the ports of Rotterdam, and Ukrainians are knowing the Lord, Russians are knowing the Lord, Russian Bibles are being distributed, Filipinos are knowing the Lord, and Indians, Asian Indians, Mexicans. So now we can have evangelical ministers entering the hospitals and prisons simply because of this Chaplains Commission.
These are just a few examples of how Church of God Community Service Chaplains are making their church relevant in their communities. And the Chaplains Commission is ready to help you do the same through training and endorsement.
You will not be respected. In fact, in most institutions, you won't even be able to go into those institutions as a volunteer pastor unless you're first trained, but secondly, you have to be formally endorsed.
But why is training and endorsement necessary for chaplaincy service?
It's a liability for the institutions if they hire or embrace an individual to perform chaplaincy services that don't have a covering, such as the Chaplains Commission.
Remember the 4 Ds: on-scene support, demobilization, defusing. Okay.
And comprehensive training sessions like this help eliminate the liability concerns for the institutions and prepare you for a rewarding ministry. Pastors who wish to become endorsed community service chaplains may enroll in the 40-hour basic course. It's offered in 1 or 2 phases, allowing you to fit it into your schedule.
Some people need to express their tears and their fears and their anxiety first and then move to the anger, okay?
The basic community service chaplains course covers 6 major areas. These are how to function as a chaplain caregiver in your area institutions, counseling and crisis intervention, critical incident stress training, how to work with people who suffer from depression, mental illness, and similar problems, how to do ministry counseling to victims of domestic abuse, and finally, 4 subgroups which cover hospital and hospice, jails and prisons, social ministries including drug and alcohol rehabilitation, and law enforcement chaplaincy.
I want to be in a position that if he starts to turn, I've got it.
Once you're trained and endorsed, the Chaplains Commission also offers advanced courses to help keep the community service chaplain up to date. The advanced courses include the church and domestic violence, drug and alcohol rehabilitation, critical incident stress, ministering to the sexually addicted, and many more. All the courses, both basic and advanced, are offered at numerous sites around the world, as well as the Chaplains Commission Training Center in Cleveland, Tennessee. for enrichment, college credit, and graduate credit.
Well, for the pastor who wants to be involved in some type of chaplaincy, we can offer anywhere from 1 week to 6 months of training and place that pastor in an institution such as the FBI.
Or in a hospital, prison, or private industry. In fact, the placement of community service chaplains is an important follow-up to the Commission's training and endorsement program. The Commission also continues to offer updates and guidance to the endorsed chaplain.
And I'm very appreciative of the support I get as a woman in the Chaplains Commission.
There are thousands of opportunities in hospital and hospice programs, jails and prisons, local, state, and federal agencies, and benevolence institutions such as drug counseling centers. These are open doors filled with open hearts, waiting to receive the gospel. And the Chaplains Commission is waiting to partner with you to help you take the good news of Christ beyond the church to a wounded world. The goals of the Community Service Chaplains program are to send Church of God pastors into their community institutions as caregivers and soul winners, to train pastoral caregivers in counseling, crisis intervention, and other areas of specialized ministry, and to endorse and certify ministers as community service chaplains and to offer the necessary support as they minister in their communities. If these goals appeal to you, then catch the vision. Enroll in a community service chaplains course and find fulfillment ministering beyond the walls of the church in your community.
So we are impacting all islands in the Philippines with the support of the government simply because we have this kind of training.
So doors of evangelism begin to open. You begin to network your church into other areas in your city. It was because of the Church of God chaplaincy program that gave us this opportunity.
And the opportunity is there for you. You may contact the Church of God Chaplains Commission by writing to Post Office Box 3330, Cleveland, Tennessee 37320-3330, or call area code 423-478-7706. Or you can log on to the website at www.cogchaplains.com. We're ready when you are.